Now, members of the Linda Mwananchi faction within the Orange Democratic Movement Party, ODM, have declared that the National Delegates Convention the Special Delegates Convention convened by the rival Linda Ground faction at Jamhuri Grounds in Nairobi this Friday is illegitimate. They maintain that they will continue to openly criticize the government of President William Ruto. At the same time, the party Secretary General, Edwin Sifuna, has stated that he will not serve under what he describes as mediocre leadership, bluntly telling Oburu to appoint his own Secretary General. NTV's Victor Ngaruya attended the Linda Mwananchi meeting and now brings us this report.
Early Friday morning, heavily armed police officers equipped with batons and firearms alongside anti-riot trucks camped at the entrance of Ufungamano House in Nairobi, the venue where members of the ODM Linda Mwananchi faction led by Secretary General Edwin Sifuna were expected to convene. The police initially blocked access to the premises. However, a group of agitated individuals later arrived and forced their way towards the entrance, prompting the police to withdraw. No incidents of violence were reported. The crowd was later identified as supporters of the Linda Mwananchi faction. As the meeting was underway, police officers attempted to gain entry, but Secretary General Edwin Sifuna cautioned them against using unlawful means to access the venue, maintaining the meeting at Ufungamano was legitimate.
Polisi sasa nyinyi hamjakubaliwa kuingia hapa tafadhali. Ni mtulinde pale nje. Tunaomba kwa heshima. Polisi usiharibu mkutano yetu.
Once the police withdrew, Edwin Sifuna proceeded with his address, reiterating that the National Delegates Convention held at Jamhuri Grounds was illegitimate, insisting that he is the only official mandated to convene such a meeting.
Hiyo convention ambayo inaendelea pale Gongo ni convention bandia. Nimetangaza wazi kama katibu hiyo convention ni bandia.
Other leaders aligned to the Linda Mwananchi movement echoed his sentiments, with some calling for investigations into the death of Raila Odinga and questioning how his brother Oburu Oginga assumed leadership during the period when his body was repatriated into the country. Among those present were Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino, Siaya Governor James Orengo, and Vihiga Senator Godfrey Osotsi, who was this Friday removed from his position during the National Delegates Convention held today by the rival faction.
Wakora wanakaa mahali hata baba hajafika Kenya, tayari wamepanga vile ambavyo watachukua nafasi yake. Nikafika Kenya, ninaambiwa ati Oburu yeye ndio party leader. Nani alisema? Nyinyi mmechagua Oburu.
Wewe ndugu yako amekufa, hajazikwa, na wewe unamrithi kama ndugu yako bado ako katika sanduku la maiti. Upuzi si upuzi.
If Raila Odinga was alive,
he would not go to that meeting of a cartel of charlatans, of Democrats. Raila Odinga would have been here with you.
The members criticized ODM leader Oburu Oginga for aligning with President William Ruto, stating they cannot work with the leadership they believe lacks accountability. They also condemned the past killings of young people during protests, even as they announced plans for demonstrations on June 24th to honor those who lost their lives and those who were denied justice. The chairman of the ODM Council of County Chairpersons maintained that the majority of grassroots leaders remained aligned to their faction.
Wametangazwa kwa kwamba wako na 44 counties. Niko na 35 counties ziko hapa.
ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna further stated that it's not mandatory for him to remain in office.
Mnataka kuniambia naweza kuwa katibu mkuu wa ODM, katibu mkuu wa Raila Odinga miaka 8 vile mnaniona hivi, and then I become the SG of mediocrity. Me. wao.
The Linda Mwananchi faction has maintained that it will neither back down from criticizing President William Ruto nor consider working with his administration. The group has also taken an aim at ODM party leader Oburu Oginga for aligning with the president, a clear indication of temperatures rising as the country begins to shape its political direction ahead of the 2027 general election. Victor Ngaruya, NTV at Ufungamano House, Nairobi.